John Hunter spends most of his days at the Permian Basin Rehab Center. He's undergoing therapy for injuries he received in a car crash. His hobbies included roping, socializing, and even helping with the walk to Emmaus. John and his wife Tracy were like any of us, planning to travel to Greece and enjoy grandkids. In the next minute, John was left severely injured in a crash that fractured his spine at T11 and tore his spinal cord. John was left paralyzed from the waist down. His life had changed forever.
Say that my hand is his torso, his back. His leg stayed here, and he was twisted all the way this way and hit the front steering wheel, and then he was twisted all the way around the other way.
John then spent several months trying to rehab his injury. He was then recommended to the Permian Basin Rehab Center by a doctor in Lubbock. What's been the biggest challenge for you through all this?
The biggest challenge is mostly emotional, just realizing the things that you can't do anymore. But coming here, you see that there's an opportunity to improve.
Paula Diffie and Pat Fierro are the therapists that work with John and are tasked with getting him to be more independent. John is having to learn things you and I take for granted, like getting dressed, pulling yourself up to a chair or bed, even getting into bed. They want John to be able to do it without any help.
With John, of course, it's a struggle. He had something that he had to relearn how to do. It's not anything that that we normally learn or know how to do, especially when you have any feeling from the waist down. And so he has to compensate using just his upper body strength.
John has the best attitude about what's happened and is happening to him. He could have curled up into a ball and chose not to get better, but he didn't. He started from the first day of therapy and has made his goal to be successful. He and his wife Tracy are very strong in their faith and are determined to help John overcome what happened. It has not been easy.
One more time. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Good. Good job.
Jim Reese always says you are one accident away from needing the services of the Permian Basin Rehab Center. Fortunately for John, the center is here and he has seen progress, something he could never imagine. What is it about this place? The people?
They're always looking to challenge you. Don't get to a point and just stay there. There's always the next goal, the next goal, the next goal. If you just stay status quo, you're not ever going to improve. You're just going to be like you are forever. And they don't let me get away with that.
It's not very usual that you get, patients like John here with the attitude, positive attitude that he has, because it's life changing, and a lot of people that go through that life change, all of a sudden, don't know how to cope with it as well, and so he's kind of an amazing man because he's able to manage that quite well.
Attitude is something all of the therapists or anyone who comes into contact with John say. He is positive and works very hard. For the therapist, it's something that helps them in treating John.
This injury is very devastating, but any person is susceptible to this. You, me, your neighbor, your parents, your family. Talking to him and learning his story really puts a lot of things in perspective, and it really makes you grateful for the things you have and the abilities that you have. But also it gives you hope because, despite his injury and his limitations, he is still living an amazing life. And he's affecting multiple people, including me.
You have goals you'd like to see?
Oh yeah, I'd love to walk someday, but I want to be as independent as possible. And to be independent, you have to do the exercises, you have to do the stretching, and these people teach you the skills you need to be independent in the future.